Hi friends, with the OG mode in Apex Legends Season 23 taking us back to Season 0, I thought it would be fun to look at the 30 differences we can see in the OG launch Royale mode compared to what you're used to in modern Apex. Do make sure you share in the comments any that I've missed and any changes that you completely forgot were in Apex Legends back in the day. So let's get into it, starting with a bit of lore. Repulsor Tower is not destroyed. Of course, we know later on this would eventually be destroyed by none other than Crypto just a few seasons later with the launch of Season 3. Next, how about being able to put a 3x or a 2 to 4x scope on an SMG, like the Prowler with the 2 to 4x scope, or an R99 with a 3x scope. How crazy is that? Now speaking of the R99, you can put a barrel stabilizer on it. Recoil is almost non-existent with the R99 if you've got a 3x scope and a barrel stabilizer on it, taking us back to those classic old days when Apex first launched. Sticking with weapons, the Spitfire is a heavy ammo weapon. I swear it's been light ammo for so long in modern Apex, honestly, I completely forgot that it was a heavy weapon back in the day. Of course, there's no sniper ammo anymore. The longbow is heavy, and the same for the wingman. There weren't many snipers back then either, no charge rifle or sentinel. Let me just take a pause for one moment. If any of this is bringing back your nostalgia of the good old days in Apex Legends, then please hit the like and subscribe buttons. It really helps me out massively, so thank you. Now back to snipers. Did you notice you can put a sniper scope on the G7 Scout and even the triple take? Yep, back then in the old days of Apex Legends, both were classed as snipers. Another difference that goes with this is that there were no extended energy mags. I completely forgot about this one, but it turns out extended energy mags weren't introduced until Season 2. Did you notice the Mozambique only has 3 shots? Yes, there is a reason everyone used to call the Mozambique the worst weapon in the game. To go with this, the Legends themselves even have an original animation where they throw the Mozambique to the ground like it's trash. What about care package weapons? Well, in these OG days, it's the Kraber, the Massive and the L-Star, all 3 of which are crazy broken. Just look at the damage I do with this Mastiff to the Wraith, over 200 damage in one shot. How crazy is that? Sticking with the theme of weapons, we've got the fully automatic Prowler. Thanks to the select fire hop-up, the Prowler has a mode where it can auto-fire instead of burst fire, something we've not seen for a while in modern Apex. The Havoc also has the same select fire mode that turns it into a beam, a little like the charge rifle which wasn't in the game back then. You'll actually notice in modern day Apex, the Havoc now is back in the care package and also has the select fire back on it. Let's jump on to abilities. Octane's jump pad has been catching me out a lot in this OG mode. There was no double jump in the old days on the jump pad, and honestly I'm constantly forgetting this. I'll be tapping my jump button to double jump and it just doesn't do anything. Did you forget how fast Wraith's phase used to be? None of that animation delay that we've got in current Apex. In the old days, you instantly jump into your phase, and it actually feels good to play Wraith once again. Let's not forget Caustic. This OG version of Caustic has barrels that can't be destroyed, so once you're stuck behind a barrel, you're stuck there till it naturally disappears. A difference you might have missed, Caustic and Gibraltar don't have the fortified perk. In modern Apex, they have a 15% damage reduction, except for headshots, and they're also not slowed by bullets. However, in OG Apex, this is something that wasn't actually introduced just yet. It came a little bit later. You might have noticed Lifeline's OG revive shield is back as well, so finally when you're reviving, you get your classic shield back to block the bullets. You may also have noticed you heal a little bit faster as Lifeline, and that's because the OG Lifeline has a passive that gives her faster healing. Of course there are no legend classes either, which I guess is kind of a new feature, so probably no surprises there, but it means you get no legend upgrades and no extra abilities because of that. In terms of the map, you'll know Thunderdome and a few other classic locations are back on Kings Canyon, but did you realise there's no cage and no containment? And that's because they were actually introduced in Season 2, which honestly I completely forgot. Some other cool things you might have missed, Bunny Hop healing is back. I know this is one M&K players used to love back in the day, Unfortunately, it was taken out in modern Apex, but now we've got the OG mode back, you can finally experience bunny hop healing again. And let's not forget about punch boosting. This was actually one of my favourite mechanics. When you're sliding down a hill or just moving across some terrain, try turning around and punching the ground behind you to gain a little bit of extra momentum. Are there any Pathfinder mains out there? Remember your infinite zipline bouncing back in the day? Well, we've got that again in OG mode, no more falling after 3 times. Have you tried a finisher yet? You'll notice it doesn't regenerate your shield. It's something that happens in modern day Apex, but actually in the original days of Apex Legends, that was only a feature that existed on the gold armor. Oh yeah, speaking of gold armor, it's back. Since Evo Shields took over Apex Legends, we kind of lost gold armor, and this is the first time we're seeing it back in a long while. Sticking with gold items, we've also got the original functions of those gold items. So the gold backpack now gives you faster healing. For some reason, I kind of thought the gold backpack would give you that extra revive health and shields when you revive a teammate. But when I looked into it, I realized actually that didn't come till Season 3, and in the original Apex, the gold backpack just gave you faster healing. In terms of the gold knockdown shield, of course this brings back the classic self-revive. OG armor swapping is also back. That means when you pick up an armor swap, you're stuck with that level of armor. There are no more drop kits. You won't drop back with your weapons when you get respawned either. The no heals in my backpack after a respawn's definitely caught me out a few times where I've gone to heal and realise I don't actually have any heals in my backpack. Oh yeah, and no crafting, so you can't craft your legend banners. Naturally, this means your teammates just quit out when their banners time out, just like it used to be back in the old days of Apex Legends. I think this is a good example of where banner crafting has actually made an improvement to Apex, more so if you're in a duo or triple stack, because it means you don't have to spend those 20 boring minutes just watching your friends run around the map. And there you have it, those are the 30 differences I picked out in the OG Apex mode of Launch Royale versus modern day Apex. I'm sure you guys have noticed a whole bunch more stuff here around the map and with legend abilities, so let me know in the comments some other differences that you spotted. Honestly, there's so much here I just completely forgot that was in Apex Legends back in the day, but it feels so good and so nostalgic being able to experience all of it again, just like I'm playing Apex again for the first time in Season 0. Apart from the fact that now, it kind of feels like people know what they're doing and the lobbies are a little bit more sweaty. Anyways, thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, and I'll catch you later.